Careful now. Boing.
So cool to be playing vinyl.
Took the record off the turntable.
You ready for this?
Welcome to Behind the Vinyl. Here's your host, Stu Jeffries.
Hello and welcome to Behind the Vinyl. I'm Stu Jeffries, and this is the podcast that has some of your favorite artists drop the needle on their record and give us the stories that go with the song. Coming up, DeYoung of Styx and how he didn't expect one of the band's biggest songs would be a hit.
I was just noodling around. I wasn't thinking about writing a song to be heard by anyone other than my wife.
First, Ivan Doroschuk of Men Without Hats with the story behind Safety Dance and how it was the clubs that made the song huge.
Funny thing about Safety Dance is it wasn't even the first single off the album. We released I Got the Message first, and then Safety Dance second. And it was only when the 12-inch remix of Safety Dance hit number one on the Billboard Dance Chart that the whole thing exploded and was re-released and did what it did. But we were in studio making another record. We were happy that it had been gone to number 12 in Canada. It was great. But the combination of the 12-inch remix and the video was what made this song stand out. I think the fact that people were expecting a real new wave techno looking band and they got the Peter Pan instead, I think created quite a stir in the new wave community, and certainly changed my life. Good logo too. Served me well. Yeah, I'm still in touch with quite a few of the people who made that video too. Mike, who played the little person, and Louise, who played the crazy girl. He's still making movies, and she's the editor of Cosmopolitan in the UK. So they're still around. The song was really written about me after I got kicked out of a bar in Ottawa too. I got kicked out for pogoing to the B-52s, I think, Rock Lobster. It was the dying days of disco. I got kicked out of the bar and went home and wrote this. And I think it's a message kids still want to hear today. Glee did a really great job of it, and yeah, it is safe to dance.
Ivan Doroschuk and Men Without Hats with Safety Dance on Behind the Vinyl. I'm Stu Jeffries with DeYoung of Styx coming up in just a second. First, Barry Harris and Kevin Wynn of Concan talk about I Beg Your Pardon and how it was limited technology that gave the song one of its most fun moments.
Oh, I hear the phone.
2 cha-cha-cha, 1, 2 cha-cha-cha, 3, 4 cha-cha-cha, dun, 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 here we go. That was one of the original ideas. For some reason I was very Latin influenced at the time. That's where it's got that 1, 2 cha-cha-cha, combined with another influence, and I don't even know if you knew that, the freak out. I wanted to make that a lot bigger than that, so that's what that is.
And I remember that first day when I came in to do the vocal, Mo had called me from Tom's studio, just said, hey, there's this guy, Barry, working on a song with Tom, and he's looking for vocals, and they thought of me because apparently they thought I would work with this. And
yes, and you have that droney
thank
like
you.
I'm going to die. No, any minute now. No. But that was the sound. That was the flavor.
Yeah.
We wanted that droney New Order type vibe voice on top of happy music, and that's like really sad lyrics, but on top of happy music.
Yeah.
So there's that contrast.
And if I remember right, there was a few different guys that tried doing this. And
Yes.
Wasn't it?
One of them was me.
Wasn't it? Oh yeah.
You didn't know that?
No. I think you had told me that at some point in the
Yeah.
past. But wasn't it Shepard that kind of went?
It was, because I also worked at the record store because I DJ'd as well. So I knew him well, and I would come back to we went to Hamilton on the weekends to make the song, and you sang it, and I sang a version, and I played him on cassette. I said, which vocals do you like better? He goes, I like that one. I was like, oh, okay, well, that's Kevin. So I went back and I sang it again differently.
Oh, yeah?
And I brought it back to him. I said, so what do you think? Which vocal do you like better this time? I tried a different guy. I lied to him because I knew. He never did know that it was me, that I know of. And he's, nah, I still like the other vocalist better.
Oh, okay, so
that's,
I won.
You won.
Nice.
Yeah, and you know the reason why it goes la 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 love shouldn't be.
I remember because the sample didn't fit.
It didn't fit.
It didn't fit. So it became it's this quirky thing in the song that people loved. But it was only because the sample didn't fit.
It was like an accidental hook in itself.
And I remember you standing there on the keyboard going, love.
Had to fill in that hole.
Because we had to stretch it out just that little bit.
Love when it be so melancholy. Come along.
Yeah, so the little echo there was
the technology at
accidental,
the time.
but it ended up working. And then all of a sudden, it was Mark from Atlantic. Remember when he came up and was buzzing around Star Sound, and the song got played for him.
Well, this is originally on the store owned the label.
That's
so
right.
I went in with them and I said, I want to make a record, and they were going to support me, and they helped me when we were going to put this out, and that's where it came out on this original label before Atlantic discovered it.
And then when Mark heard it, and then I guess that's where sort of the snowball started rolling downhill.
Oh, then it just went to a whole new level.
And
now, I remember I had that in my head from the beginning, and I wanted the biggest drums ever, like the 80s, and I think they are one of the biggest drums ever. And the whole dun 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 dun. That was a total last-minute afterthought. That was one of the last things at the very, very end. I just had those lyrics, and you sang them. I went, oh, you got a little hole here. Don't do it. Oh, okay. That kind of, what the hell? Just go with it.
Oh, and there's the end.
Oh, sorry.
Wow, we got through it that fast.
I know there's a lot of fun stuff though.
But what a great ride it was for a couple of years.
Oh yeah,
and continues sort of to this day, I think.
My favorite story. I've got two favorite stories. I'm going to keep going on anyway. My two favorite stories.
Okay.
Is the one when we did the all ages in Texas. And this sounds kind of brutal. It kind of sounds mean, but it was so fun. I've never forgot about it. We were singing along. And a girl grabbed your microphone, and all of a sudden you stopped singing. I turned around. I was like, "What?" She grabbed the microphone because he was up above, and it landed on her head. I don't
remember that.
And I remember seeing this little microphone grill on her head.
Oh my God!
I felt so bad. It was so awful.
I don't remember that. I remember one thing about that show, though. Our very first ever live show. How about this for a little bit of trivia?
That one. Yeah.
Our opening act that night, New Kids on the Block.
Yeah. Our record was bigger than theirs at the time.
At the time.
But I'll trade careers now.
Yeah, I'll trade them now. Yeah.
Yeah, that was fun. That was pretty outrageous. I remember hearing, was it Jordan? Jordan that did the sound check, and he did "You Make Me Feel Brand New." I was like, wow, that guy ever sang, like ahead of everybody else. He did the mic check for all of them, and I was like, wow, that was really good.
And if I'm not mistaken, that's where you got your first little set of flip-up glasses.
Well, it was the times. Did I really?
It was one
Around
of them
then?
that left them in the dressing room.
Really?
I remember that. You pilfered them.
Did I? Did I? I took one of the New Kids on the Block glasses? Well, I don't remember that.
Yeah, well, there you go.
Uh-oh.
Well,
Busted.
Even to this day, I still get texts from friends that say, "Heard your song today," and so thank you, May. I know she plays it quite often on her show.
Yeah, and thanks everyone at Boom too.
Thanks,
this has been a lot of fun.
This has been fabulous.
Yeah, I think this is the first time we've been interviewed since 1989.
That's
together.
Right. Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Barry Harris and Kevin Wynn from Concan on Behind the Vinyl. I'm Stu Jeffries, and when you think about the Styx ballad Babe, you think that song was destined for the top of the charts, right? Dennis DeYoung says he never saw it coming. DeYoung drops the needle on Babe on Behind the Vinyl.
Well, that what you hear right there? I've written this song not for Styx. It was never intended to be a Styx song. It was my wife's birthday, and I wanted to give her a present for her birthday in lieu of buying jewelry, if you catch my drift. So I wrote the song real quick, and I called up John and Chuck Panazzo, the bass player and the drummer in Styx. The guitar players were off on vacation. I said, I have this song, I want to demo it. I'm just going to give it to her on reel-to-reel for her birthday. And they said, okay. So we show up at the studio, and the grand piano was out of tune because they'd written on the grand piano. And in the corner was Bobby Whiteside, whoever he is, was his Fender Rhodes, which I'd never even played before. And so they rolled it out, and they just rolled tape, and all that noodling in the beginning, I was just noodling around. I wasn't thinking about writing a song to be heard by anyone other than my wife. So there it was. Recorded the track, and I sang all the background harmonies because John and Chuck weren't the singers, but J.Y. and Tommy were the singers. So there it was. I did it. Mixed it. Her birthday party, all the friends and relatives were gathering around, and surprise, played the song reel to reel. And all the people went, my relatives, the friends, they all went, oh my God, Dennis, that doesn't suck nearly as much as we thought it would. So I took that as a good sign, considering they're my friends and relatives. So I played for the guys in the band. They said, hey, that's a good song. The record company heard it, and they said, we'd really like that to be on the album. So then what ensued is what we call demo poisoning, which means you make a demo that's so good, you try to re-record it, you can't capture the magic. So what we did was we kept the demo as is, even with flaws and all, because there seemed to be something that people appreciated. Tommy came in and played that guitar solo, and the record you've heard on the radio for the last, I don't know how many years, is the demo, with me singing all the background parts. That's all me, because we were afraid to change it. Had I written it for Styx, it would have been a power ballad. There'd been big guitar chords on it because the guitar players weren't there. And then, like I said, I had fear of changing it, and have people say, "Oh, well, you screwed it up now, you big dummy." So that was the song, and so when it got on the record, and the record company said, "We're going to release it as the first single," and it set the record for the most radio stations ever to add a record in its first week. It was a wonderful thing to happen, but really 6 weeks later, somebody came on and broke the record. But to that date, that happened. And so it went on to be our only number one hit record, and it won the People's Choice Award of 1980 for Best Song, and got to go on TV and be in the audience with Orson Welles and Jane Fonda and people like that with the People's Choice Awards. Pretty cool. And there it is. It's for many people who like this kind of stuff, who like those romantic ballads. There's one for you. It's a song about separation and loving someone and missing someone when you have to be away for whatever reason. Babe. Babe, he loves you.
Babe, I love you.
That's me imitating Paul McCartney. Didn't work. Thanks.
Dennis DeYoung and Babe from Styx on Behind the Vinyl. And that's going to do it for this episode, but we've got plenty more to bring you. I'm Stu Jeffries. See you next time on Behind the Vinyl.
This has been Behind the Vinyl, the podcast, hosted by Stu Jeffries. Audio production courtesy of Doug Morehouse, Derek Welsman, and Troy McCallum. Thanks for listening.